Hello everyone, Cindy Jordan here. Wearing my cowgirl hat here because there's a lot of gnats out on this nice summer day here in North Carolina. Ooh, maybe you can see them flying around. I want to give you a view of the beautiful mountains there. All right, up here in western North Carolina, and then a view of just the green tree scenery back there. As I share with you a little bit, just got finished with the session of emotional freedom technique, which is also known as tapping. And as I was doing that, or after I was doing that, or as I was doing that, it was just wonderful to watch the transition this lady go through from being just totally distraught. She had a very, very distraught evening last night. She was passing my way today. We were talking. And it came to my mind, I have a lot of different tools in my toolbox, in my trade, but the emotional freedom technique came to my mind. And so as I continued to listen to her, I didn't know if she had had experience with it before or not. So then I asked her, and she had heard of it, but she did ask for a little education, so I just briefly went over what it was about and how the theory behind it, how it works. It's like aspirin. We don't know how it works. We just know that it works on many, many things. Whew. Sorry, I got to go to my porch here because these gnats are unreal, even with my hat on. So basically what I wanted to share with you today is a piece of information. I've offered my coaching online, or I'm starting to offer my coaching online. And I just wanted to share a little bit of some of the results. And later I'll get some testimonials to post online. But for instance, this lady today, now everything is confidential, so I'm not going into any details of anything, but basically what I want to say is first of all, we recognize the distress, and so we do what's called tapping on that. We did a setup, and then we did the tapping, and she went from being distressed from an 8, on a scale of 1 to 10, she went from an 8 to, sorry, it's a mess right here right now. We're in some transition. But she went from an 8 to a 2, which is pretty good. And then we talked some more, and we went from a 2 to a 0. And then some other issues were surfacing. There was, usually we're in a lot of distress. There's usually more than one issue. And the beauty is she's already been doing some of her work. I mean, for a year she's been doing her work. And so she was ready. She was ready for this release. So we talked some more and found another issue, key issue. We did some tapping on that. And it was so beautiful because just to watch her face shift, to watch her come more into her own, more into compassion for herself, more into compassion for the situation that was really eating at her extremely. And even in the last tapping session, she was even able to laugh partway through it. She was able to find some humor and some relief that way too, some release through laughter. And so that was about an hour and 15-minute session. May have done a little bit more, but at any rate, just want to say just the transition. And the beautiful part is with EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, which I'll be glad to walk with you through that in private sessions. I can do that over the line. I can do it on Skype. But also you can find out more about it, just YouTube it, Google it, and you'll see other people doing it and how they do it. A lot of people do it different ways. But at any rate, it was beautiful to see her, and I can't wait to talk to her again because my experience and experience of people that I've worked with is after you do tapping in certain situations, when you find yourself in those situations again, say like someone's triggering your emotional upset, whenever you get in those situations again, you realize you're not triggered. And it's like, whoa, what happened here? And now other things may trigger, and that just says that, hey, I've got some other issues to work on. But anyhow, so it's just beautiful to watch people get free. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then later I'll share about some dream work that I do too. I also do dream work. And I'll share some stories about how people's lives have been transformed through doing dream work. I basically do the we call it Hayden Institute because that's where I trained. It was actually someone else's format that's been tweaked a little bit, but it's basic. And Jeremy Taylor, you can look him up, jeremytaylor.com or haydeninstitute.com, and it's basically projective dream work. and that is, if it were my dream, this is what I think would be going on. This is what I would ask myself and whatnot. And it's a form of coaching. You can use dream work in coaching. It helps people get connected to their issues and then decide what they want to do with that. And people can choose to remain stuck. People can choose to remain to blame, or people can choose to take responsibility for the next choice that they make. That's the only thing we can be responsible for, is our choices and our responses. But dreams can also help inform us on our path, things that help us see things we don't want to see, that can get us in trouble if we don't deal with it. So at any rate, so it's been fun just sharing this little bit with you and talking with you today. I look forward to getting more of my material out through the Empower Network program. And so I'm inspired to do the marketing through them. I'd like to share more about that. I'm going to do that in another video, because I just wanted this one to be a report of some transformational work that I get to be a part of, that I'm willing to share with other people. I haven't got my training set up as far as me training other people yet, but I do am very much willing and look forward to working with people. And as I said, I can do this through Skype, I can do it on the telephone, and I can do it in person. If I do it in person, I travel a lot, so we can look at if I'm in your area, or if you're in the area that I'm going to be in, and I can work with you like that. All right, so I wish you a day of beauty, of peace, love, and prosperity. Many, many blessings. Namaste. Namaste means the divine in me acknowledges the divine in you. Amen.